A Search for the Creator with Stephen Hawking. Hello. In their scientific journey, Hawking and Melodino did not find a creator who is busy working hard to expand the universe, so they invented the concept of spontaneous creation as a substitute for the creator. They are right in not observing God, but not observable is not equal to does not exist. Attributes of the soul. If you ask a group of our best surgeons and scientists with their best sophisticated tools to find the soul inside the human body, they will for sure fail to find the soul in the human body. It is there, but they will fail to point to it. Failure of the surgeons and the scientists to observe the soul does not qualify them to declare that modern science suggests that the soul does not exist. Even a layman is sure that soul exists. The difference between life and death is the soul. For similar reasons, our best scientists will fail to find God in the body of the universe. The scientific tools we use to study the observable universe may be unsuitable for the study of soul and God. Limits of knowledge. This chart displays the current degree of knowledge about types of existence: matter, energy, dark matter, dark energy, soul, jinn, Satan, angel, God. It can be seen that we know something about matter and energy, but our knowledge about the soul and God is marginal. Attributes of gravitation. Examples are good tools to clarify certain concepts and issues. God has some attributes similar to gravitation. It is with us everywhere, every instant. We are immersed in gravitation, yet we do not feel its presence. Shall we deny gravitation because we do not feel its presence? Shall we deny gravitation because we are unconscious about its presence? On the other hand, some of the attributes of the God are similar to those of the soul. It is with us, gives us life, it breathes our flesh, yet we do not feel it. Shall we deny the soul because we do not feel its presence? Shall we deny the soul because we are unconscious about its presence? Shall we deny the soul because our scientists are unable to describe it or model it? Not observe it does not equal does not exist. I do not bother about the claim of the atheist that there is no God. However, I think the claim that modern physics, cosmology, and science suggest that there is no God is a misinterpretation and misconception. What modern physics, cosmology, and science suggests is that we do not see God in the universe. And this is true. No one can see God. But that does not mean there is no God. Process and agent. For example, in the falling apple case, the falling is process and it is visible to everybody, but the agent which causes fall, that is to say, the gravitation, is not visible. Furthermore, most people do not recognize the gravitation, the agent. Science and scientist. It's related that Einstein was suspicious about the reality of quantum mechanics. He also called his opinion in regard of what is now known as the cosmological constant his greatest blunder in his life. Refer to page 162, Grand Design. Also, we come to know that Stephen Hawking was suspicious about the reality of the Higgs boson, but after its discovery in 2012, he acknowledged its existence. So, the opinion of a scientist is not equivalent to the opinion of science. Use of automation. A creator of this huge universe must be mighty, and the creator of humankind must be intelligent. Such a mighty and intelligent creator or God, the agent which causes the creation, is expected to assume all his jobs, designs, and creations in a very sophisticated way, using automation extensively, and all his designs and creatures will evolve in a very automatic fashion. All that you observe is that the atoms, molecules, and the cells do their work in a fully automated manner, and this is the puzzle. How these atoms, molecules, and cells know what they should do? In manufacturing every creature, the atoms move according to a certain plan, a well-designed plan. Extent of observability. A robot can understand us only to the extent which we have made it capable of. Similarly, we, the humans, can understand God only to the extent which He Himself has allowed us to know Him. We individuals differ in the degree of our understanding of God and acknowledging Him because our history of evolution had gone through different routes. As our fingerprints are different, our feeling for God will be different. This is so because the real God is not an observable object which we all agree upon once we see Him. The link. The Creator God, by design and for purpose not clear to us, has allowed for links to Himself and links to other invisible creatures made by Him. God has honored the human race by a private link with Him. The easiest way to recognize God to the extent that He Himself allowed is through activating this link. Some attributes of the link to God are similar to some attributes of the link to Internet. Both are invisible and private. Internet now hosts more than 1 billion accounts. God hosts innumerable accounts. Religion is a part of humans' life. Therefore, politicians always attempted to use religion for their own purposes. This led to a distorted version of religion and hence a distorted concept of God. Most followers of practiced religions unfortunately worship some entity which is not a valid version or image of the real God. These gods cannot be the creators of the universe. Throughout the history of mankind, we had personalities such as Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, Joseph, Abraham, Noah, etc., who urged humanity to worship the real God, not to worship idols, not to make associates or equals to the real God. Most people did listen to them and continued to worship either idols or else make equals to the real God. Unfortunately, most people tend to avoid the real God and carve concepts which suit them. The opinion of some religious man may not be a representation of the opinion of God. The opinion of a religious man may be erroneous, but the opinion of a true real God is never wrong. Similarly, the opinion of some scientists may not be a representation of the opinion of science. The opinion of the scientist may be erroneous, but the opinion of a true real science is never wrong. So misrepresentation is common on both sides. Feeling. The Creator God has provided humans with different types of feelings. These feelings act like a sensor, a subconscious sensor. You like or dislike something through them. I think no one denies the existence of human feelings. If modern physics and science at the present stage cannot mathematically model the human feelings, they cannot for sure mathematically model God. A child's affinity towards his parents is a type of inner feeling towards the ones who, in a sense, created him and take care of him. It is an instinct. Similarly, there is an inner feeling towards one's creator, albeit it is subconscious. To acknowledge one's creator, one needs to activate the feeling. Acknowledging favor. Acknowledging parents' favor is a door to acknowledging the Creator, the Lord of the universe, the God. You will not be able to find the real God until you acknowledge favors and until you are thankful. Acting through the Creator. The designer of this universe, God, is expert in designing automated systems. Every component of the universe looks as if it is automatic. The components match each other perfectly. We call it very naturally. The whole universe itself is made as an automatic system. Humans and the universe both start from a small creature and evolve through what Hawking calls a spontaneous creation. Where they succeeded and where they missed the truth. The history of science through ages indicated that even though the scientists try their best, still their opinion turns out to be inaccurate or even wrong. We usually discover that these opinions were wrong sometime later. Hawking and Melodino, as scientists, did their best. They hit some points rightfully, but some of their generalizations missed the target. Hawking and Melodino were successful when they coined the word spontaneous creation to describe the creation process in the universe, including the creation of the universe itself. But they missed the truth when they generalized it and claimed that this means that there is no God. Spontaneous creation cannot be considered as an indication and a valid proof that creation of the universe does not require God. If God is the creator, he is then in no need of anything, including us and our actions. He created us certainly for a purpose, but he is in no need of any one of us. He simply can discard us and create others in our place. The real God unites humanity, but different gods described by different groups will aggravate differences more. The real God promotes peace everywhere, while the false gods cause war, bloodshed, and destruction. Conclusion. The universe evolves as though it is a spontaneous creation, as described by Hawking and Melodino. But an invisible creating agent is needed to make it work. The creating agent God is so sophisticated that everything looks as though fully automated. God's relation to us is not like our relation to the Sun or the Milky Way galaxy, but a very private one. It's a link between a living creature and a living creator. The link is invisible and secure. Through the link provided by the designer, every one of us could be in immediate contact with God. He is very near to everybody, but he is invisible. He, by design, lets humans be free. He does not interfere unless it is very necessary. To know him further, it is necessary to be from those who acknowledge favor and are thankful. For the search to find him, you do not need to go to the whole universe. You simply need to switch on your heart and mind. You do not need to be a scientist to know him. He, by design, made himself available even for an illiterate person. Scientists may help humanity by saving them from adopting false gods and introducing the attributes of the real God. Acknowledgement. Thanks to all those who listened and or read the text.